Hey guys, welcome back to Jorky TV. I've been trying to figure out how to make a clever intro for this video. I don't have one. I played the Terrifier demo last night. Long story short, more like Terrible the game. And I don't really enjoy saying that. I'm a massive Terrifier fan. I'm a massive horror movie fan. I'm a massive fan of beat 'em ups. The stars should align perfectly, and they don't. If they do align, it's the form of trash can. So before I continue down this path of negativity real quick, let me at least give you guys some positives with the game. There's a pretty cool effect that happens when you kill the enemies that like their eyes or their brains will like fly against the screen, blood will splatter against it, and that's pretty charming as an effect. I didn't get to play as her much, but the little pale girl has a pretty fun moveset. She uses a dismembered arm to start smacking things around. She has a kill where if you throw in a knife, it lands into someone's head and they just fall there and stay there on the screen. And the effect of picking up a ton of weapons, some of them allowing you to literally bash someone's head in as Art the Clown. There's some elements of this game that I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a Terrifier game. That's pretty nifty, and that's where it stops. And honestly, outside of the 2 minutes I played of the little pale girl, that's all the positives I could say about the game. Art is pretty uninspiring. There's not much to his moveset that I'm like, oh, that's really clever. Like, you can ride the bike, you can ride his little tricycle, and that's fun, I guess. That's cool for 2 minutes. Art himself plays so uninspiring and boring in this game. He has a few punches, no combos that string together well, clunky as hell. Which I don't even know how you do that because in the movies, Art the Clown uses about 40 different weapons and he has about like 50 different ways of killing people. I'm going to give them a little bit of credit where it's due. I think this game was being developed before Terrifier 3. The problem with that logic is the game even has Victoria and Chris Jericho's character, who I couldn't even tell you the name of, as playable characters in the game. And if they didn't use Terrifier 3 as a basis for anything, then what is Victoria going to do? If you're only using Terrifier 2 as a point of reference, you could have her swinging around Art the Clown's head from a cord like it was a flail. I don't think they're going to do all that. So besides some of the most boring, slow, and clunky gameplay that I've ever played in a beat 'em up, the enemies are boring. I want to say I get what they're going for because you're just going against construction workers and police officers. You're going after people that Art the Clown has killed, but it doesn't make for a creative gameplay loop. Maybe you have him go after references of different beat 'em up characters or fighting game characters. Maybe each boss is a direct parody of a pre existing character. Instead of, some random cameraman after I went through a bunch of nothing construction workers and nothing police officers in maps that are kind of boring to go through. The map designs have a little bit of charm, I suppose. For the most part, those just feel like retextured Scott Pilgrim designs, specifically the snow one. Where they most certainly didn't take from the Scott Pilgrim game, though, is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is heavily uninspiring. It's just random guitar riffs thrown together. And that's a shame because where the Terrifier movie soundtrack has that really cool, like, doom, 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 that thing going on, this game doesn't have it. Now, in their defense, this was just a demo. There was a lot of locked modes in that menu that looked fine, but if the core gameplay is this boring and clunky and slow, I can't imagine those side modes would be much better. And when I checked the dev's website, Relevo Games, they claim that they like making their games retro, and that's cool, that's neat, but then you check the price of this game and it's $40. And I'm sorry to say that's just unacceptable when Scott Pilgrim's video game came out at $15. Shredder's Revenge dropped at $25. And you can advertise this game as a retro throwback all you want, but honestly, it feels like it's just worth maybe $10, if that. It is very bare bones, and the gameplay is some of the most boring beat 'em up gameplay I've played in the last 10 years. And trust me, I really wanted to enjoy this game. I really wanted to say I pre ordered it. I wanted to be a day one supporter. I just can't in its current state. And those are just my thoughts on Terrifier the game. As of June 14th, the demo is still on Steam. Give it a shot. Let me know if you agree with me or if you think I'm wrong in the comments. Until then, thank you for checking out Jorky TV. If you'd like to become part of the Jorker Nation, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you next time.